Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. After the pledge, please remain standing for a moment of silence in honor of our servicemen and women. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Any changes to the meeting agenda? Nope, okay. Hi Lisa.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. Go for a motion in the second to accept the minutes of the November 12th, 2019 Board of Education meeting.
Did you do the roll call?
No.
Sorry.
All right, let's skip that.
It's exciting.
Ms. Dean Newman, Assistant Superintendent for Work and Instruction.
Present.
Ms. Malcolm Manzi, Assistant Superintendent for Special Education. Present. Mr. Rethel Befar, Interim Assistant Superintendent for Administration and Personnel.
I am here.
Ms. Bridget Villareale, Interim Assistant, oh, I'm sorry, not Befar. Assistant Superintendent for Business and Operations.
Present.
Dr. Linda Adams, Superintendent of Schools.
Present.
Ms. Eileen Conoco, Board Vice President.
Here.
Mr. Mark Fortnall, Board Trustee. Mr. Jackie Alcantara, Board Trustee.
Present.
Ms. Lee Kennedy, Board Trustee. Present. Ms. Lisa Hutchinson, Board Counsel.
Present.
Mr. Brian Giorgiati, Board Counsel. Present. And my secretary, Giovanni.
I'm missing my list.
And
It's her daughter's birthday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to call for a motion and a second to accept the minutes of the November 12th, 2019 Board of Education meeting.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion and a second to suspend the regular meeting and go to the audit committee meeting.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We're in audit committee.
we're just going right to,
Just need to vote.
we just need to,
Oh.
Accepting
Oh, yeah.
the corrective action plan for the controllers audit.
Okay, make a motion for that, right?
Yes, we got
yes.
So can we have a motion to accept the corrective action for the audit?
Motion.
Second.
Karen,
All in favor?
I have a question.
Aye.
When I read it, it talked about, well, we put so much money in teacher retirement, blah, 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 blah. Now, that's, every year, things happen. And if we went into a recession immediately, it would kill us to find that we would not have enough money. So I think personally what we're doing is prudent.
This is not the law, because it's over 4.1%. It's over 4%.
Right, so, are they asking us to reduce that?
We have to reduce by 0.1%.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about teachers, and employees.
So we've been transparent for the last 6 years, the last 5 years, the budgets that we've created here, by letting the community know that there is contingency in that code. Sharon has had that discussion with everyone, and basically, you're right. There are districts right now, in fact in Rochester, they're looking at laying off 100 people January 1st because they got hit with things that they didn't anticipate. So as long as we're transparent, we tell people that we have contingency in the budget, then we're okay. What Eileen is suggesting is that we need to not make sure that we do not do above the 4%, which I agree. So, and we've been moving in that direction since I got here. So that's part of what is in the corrective action plan.
Any other questions? No. Any other discussion? Nope. Okay, I have to.
All in favor? Aye.
All in favor? All right, and then we have to go back to the regular meeting, right?
Nope, we have to accept the corrective action plan for the independent audit, which is the
Okay, well, a motion is second to adopt the corrective action plan to the New York State Comptroller's audit, the period of July 1, 2016 to June 30, 2019.
This is the independent.
So where's that?
Oh, that's, I'm sorry.
All right, so we're not
Four
the
and
same.
five, yeah.
Same thing. You need a motion and a second.
I need a motion and a second to adopt
Corrective
the
action plan.
corrective action plan for the 2018-19 independent audit.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Now we've, okay. So, relax, break, relax. Wait, am I doing what I need now? I want to reconvene, no, wait, I have to go out, right? So, a motion and a second to adjourn the audit meeting.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
And a motion and a second to reconvene the public meeting,
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now we're at the student government report, which they're not here. Right? Public comment. All right, gotta read this thing now, right?
Are there any comments? Because we can just put it at the end.
Okay, you want, okay, good. All right, so then we're gonna skip that and put it at the end. Recommended action for personnel matters. Motion and a second to approve Schedule 1, resignations, terminations, leaves of absence.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion and a second to approve Schedule 2, appointments, tenure, and salary changes.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion and a second to approve financial items 2 through 6.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Hold on, wait. Okay, no, I have no discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion and a second to approve items 2 through 15 with discussion first, right? On the
Motion.
consent agenda?
Motion. Second first.
Okay, so I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion?
No.
I have some. Of course I have some. I actually only have one. There's a consultant services contract, but I did not have to see the fee schedule on. What are we paying this thing? And for what? I mean, I thought for what, but is it for one child? Is it for a lot of children? And what are we paying? Yeah, number 7.
The fee schedule should be attached, that's an error.
It was not, so.
Yeah, no, my apologies, we can put it on next time again if you'd like the fee schedule. It's for assistive technology and, like the
So you can take it off for now and then.
If it doesn't have the sheet in your
Yeah, I
budget
don't have the fee
too,
schedule yet.
I understand that, it should be on there. It's related to an IEP and to,
For one student?
it's possibly 2 students.
Okay.
It's for some assistive technology or augmented communication device work.
Yeah, I don't want to approve anything without knowing what we're paying.
Understood, you're right.
Right, okay, so we're gonna pull that one, we're gonna pull number 7, Mayor Jane, for the next time?
We're tabling number 7, okay.
We're gonna table, okay, so can we have a motion and a second to,
Motion.
Second.
all in favor, aye, so that's tabled. So, I need a motion and a second then to approve, does anybody have any more discussion on the consent agenda?
No.
So I need a motion and a second to approve items 2 through 15, excluding number 7.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Now where are we? Reports. Hi Tom, hi Chris.
Aye.
How are you?
Here, I'm just not taking the pictures. Do we have any reports?
I do, but you guys are first.
Oh,
No, I don't have
Education
report.
committee.
okay, any reports?
No, I just want
Jack, you wanna talk about the high school?
Yeah.
What's the one, Lynn?
Oh, I want, yes.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
No, but I want to say. We were at the Winter Wonderland. They did a beautiful job. All the children had a great time. I think all of us big children, the adults had a great time. Just want to thank all the people that put it together. They took the time out of their days. They took the time to decorate, and they did a beautiful job. All the kids had a great time. All the adults had a good time. And I hope they continue to do this over and over each year.
Me too, it was great. I'm so sorry to have missed it this year. I really hated missing it this year.
I even saw Lee there. Lee was in the front row. And watching, we had a wonderful, what was his name, the boy that was playing?
I don't know the book. No.
Excellent, from
Yeah.
one of the boys from the high school.
11th
He
grader.
plays 11th grader, he plays the harmonica, excellent. He was phenomenal.
Piano player.
All of the music was fabulous. Just, I hope they do it
It
again
was
next
great
year.
at OBMS, so I'm sure it was fabulous.
The music,
Come on in, come on in.
phenomenal.
Plenty of seats, come on in.
Actually, I went to the winter concert.
Which is which one?
Actually, the winter concert at
Second,
Signal.
10 years old.
The winter concert at Signal was very good out there. It's actually, they showed it.
What is the high school? What is the high school?
Awesome. Okay, so Linda, superintendent of schools, do you have any reports?
Of course, this is the fun part. The first thing I'm actually going to speak about is not the fun part. Connect What Cares has notified us that about 20 different people from multiple families were displaced due to an apartment fire in the Fairfield apartment complex on 721 Greenbrier Drive. Donations for those households are being accepted at the clubhouse. I have contacted the president of Connect What Cares to find out if there's something that we can do as a school district to put together. You might have seen out front that there was our annual pajama day was at the central office earlier this week. So what we do is we all wear pajamas, almost all of us wear pajamas after we have donated. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Which person at this table do you think doesn't wear pajamas? So if you donate a pair of pajamas,
We didn't wear them last year.
he never wears them.
I think
Even residents.
I think you should get written up if he doesn't wear pajamas next year.
Wow, ouch.
Harsh.
So what happens is the books are brought over to Scholastic Books. Excuse me, the pajamas are brought over to Scholastic Books, and Scholastic Books pairs a book to each pair of pajamas, and then they distribute to homeless shelters across Long Island. So we're kind of killing two birds with one stone. We're giving people warm pajamas to wear on these cold nights, and they're also giving them the opportunity to have bedtime stories. So it's something that we've done for about 5 years now in central office, and the majority of us come in wearing our pajamas.
Dr. Denton's for the next year.
There you go. I would buy them for that.
I want to see a picture of them.
Tomorrow night, there will be another meeting of the Community Security Committee. Our charge is to put together a PowerPoint for the Board of Education for the consideration of potentially changing security for next year. We have done some good work with getting fact-based, research-based information, and tomorrow night we will be finalizing, hopefully, the PowerPoint that we'll be presenting to you folks sometime in January. On December 6th, last Friday, our concert choir was honored at the All-State Conference of NISMA. It is the first time that a concert choir at Connect What Schools has been honored this way, and they did a beautiful presentation of their music. If you get a chance, the link is on the website to hear them perform. Same day, on Friday, December 6th, the marching band competed in the QVC Holiday Parade in West Chester, Pennsylvania. There were thousands of people lining the streets. It was like being in a Hallmark movie. It was the cutest little town that you've ever been in, and they just were so excited and happy that our folks were there marching in the parade. It was really delightful. It's concert season, as Mr. Washaw just said before. If you're interested in coming see the March of the Wooden Soldiers, which is an annual delight where our band plays and our kick line does the March of the Wooden Soldiers, that will be 12/18. And on 12/19, our concert choir invites all alumni to come up and sing the Hallelujah Chorus, which is just awe-inspiring, and it's both of them are wonderful nights. So if you have an opportunity to come see that. Our elementary schools have half a day tomorrow, so we are asking Jack Frost not to make tomorrow's commute rough, even though we've heard that he's potentially trying to do that. We will be closed for the holiday season from, I said 11/23, wow, that would be really right. We're closed from December 23rd through January 3rd, 2020. Also this weekend, if you're interested, the Habitat for Humanity Club on Saturday, 12/14, will be doing their annual fundraiser 5K run. I did want to thank our Connect What High School PTA and all the other PTAs who were at Winter Wonderland, because it was absolutely an amazing event for the community. And I'm going to say this out loud right now anyway. I want to congratulate Trey Cole and Diana Migliosi, who were selected as Suffolk County Volleyball Players of the Year.
Anybody else?
So, I know Mr. Kenny would like to speak, we'll just give a little update. But prior to that, the last board meeting, the board had requested field trips broken down by grade level. We did that over the past 3 years, so I'll distribute that so that you can look, and then we can answer any questions with the
Before Mr. Kenny goes, Bridget, do we introduce Bridget?
We did.
Okay. Does anybody else have any reports? No? No? Okay, you're up.
Hello? All right, so not a crazy amount to report for this meeting. We just wrapped up with the Powder Character Breakfast last Saturday. I was able to thanks. I was actually still in Pennsylvania for the Motion Man for Westchester, which was a lot of fun at. A lot of fun reports. I was getting mad at the entire time. It was going well. So that was, a very good event. We have Holiday Spirit Week next week, Monday through Friday, to kind of celebrate the winter break. So that's all I really have school-wise for now, and we'll be kind of more into the future, preparing for senior trip, senior day, all things like that. And then, depending on, I guess, what time the meeting ends, because it looks like it's going to be a quick one today.
Yeah.
Before 9 o'clock, for those of you that live in Oakdale, they're currently holding the elections for the newest fire commissioner. So for those of you that may have like come down, depending on where you live, either headquarters or Station 1, they'll be in those times, so we appreciate you guys coming down.
Rock Carnival also is happening.
Also, yes, they're holding elections, so great. Thank you very much.
You can just tell us what the holiday spirit days are.
Sure. All right, so if I remember correctly, I'm actually checking this. So I know that Monday is going to be Pajama Day. Friday, we're calling it Candy Cane Day, it's Red White Day. Yeah.
Oh, you should wear your pajamas on pajama day and go down and visit the high school.
Okay, love it. Candy cane day, love it. What's it between?
Alright, so Monday is PJ Day, Tuesday is Holiday Hat and Sock Day. Wednesday is Winter Wonderland Whiteout Wednesday, so unfortunately we're going to wear white like the snow. Thursday is Ugly Sweater Day, and then Friday is that red. Anything else?
Just want to say congratulations to you as well as all of those who went and marched in the freezing cold. You guys did a great job. Saw it online, it was great.
I appreciate it, thank you very much. Great, thank you.
To Linda and our fabulous Oh, wait, can we just recognize that we have somebody that... Okay, good, then I can go sit there. I'll do that and I'll sit back in. I like that one.
You guys have.
Nobody here, we're all good? Not the cameraman, right? So we have legislator Tom Silmy here to present the rewards along with former legislator Bill Lindsay.
No, not former.
Oh, you're still there, you're right. There you go. All right, almost. No, that's it there. This is here with him. Assistant and Christy, great. All right, have at it. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Bill.
All right, so I'm going to bring our coaches up because it is unbelievably delightful to be able to do this over and over and over again for a team of girls who make us proud every single day, on and off the court. So as a superintendent, I've been able to go up with the team 4 times, and they won 3 times. The New York State Championship, AAA, AA volleyball girls tournament. And I can't even tell you how proud that makes me. But off the court, you're equally impressive. You are wonderful members of our community, and to watch you succeed both on and off the court makes me such a proud person. So I'm going to bring the coaches up right now to talk a little bit about the season and let our legislators also just give you some accolades.
Wait, Linda, before you bring the coaches up, we have Senator Martinez's office. We have Lindsay here. I saw that. She has something for kids as well.
Excellent, all right,
So
so I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna bring
have
her up as well.
Coach Kurtz come on up and introduce the girls, talk a little bit about the season, and then we have a whole bunch of things that are here with
I
us.
guess I should know better than to come without a speech.
Yeah, that's right.
So, thank you guys for having us. Thank you to everybody on the board for having us. Thank you, Dr. Adams, for coming and supporting it. It's pretty incredible when we've gone to Glens Falls, which is an amazing venue, to have our superintendent there in the stands, as well as our athletic director, Mr. Malloy. Thank you so much for that. The girls have heard me probably make too many speeches lately, right? So, what I can tell everyone though is that they have really made a name for themselves when we've headed to the state tournament. Everyone is so impressed. And when I look back and I think about it, you know, when we're in it, you can almost look at it and say, all right, this is just kind of what we do. And then when you're out of it and it's over, you can look back and say, it's such an incredible accomplishment what these young women were able to do. They are the best volleyball team in New York State. That's a pretty staggering. And the way that they conducted themselves when we were there, you would never have thought to yourself for a second that we have some underclassmen that are 9th grade, 10th grade, a good number of 11th graders, and some seniors. Many of them have never been to the state championship because we hadn't made it the year before. And it's a pretty big pressure to wear the Connecticut volleyball jersey for a lot of these kids. And when they first make that team at the end of August, it's almost automatically assumed in their own heads, okay, that they're going to have a shot at playing for a county title. And that's a big pressure for these kids. And they really have done such a beautiful job of taking that pressure and just working hard, because we talk about it all the time. One match is not going to define how great of a season we've had. We'll never let that happen. If you lose in the first round of playoffs, you don't want to leave the court and say that was a terrible season. So I'm just so proud of them for many reasons. One of the things that really I'm so proud of the Connecticut Volleyball program is that for years we've done a fundraiser every year. We've raised over $30,000 for different causes, mostly different families that are going through cancer, that are fighting for cancer, or Dig Pink, which is a breast cancer fundraiser we've done. And this year we did Desi Strong fundraiser. And those of you that are not familiar with Desi is a Sachem graduate who I had the pleasure, actually I can't say the pleasure because he kicked my butt back in the day, but I got to play volleyball against him as a kid, and now he coaches the Sachem boys, and 3 little kids. He's a community member here, and he's a wonderful man, and he's battling stage 4 kidney cancer. I know many people here already know it, and we raised as a program on our Desi Strong fundraising day almost $5,000. What he doesn't even realize, and I speak to him quite a bit actually, I saw him today, but what he doesn't even realize is, I think he was a big part of our success this year, because the girls had all had conversations with him. He's come and spoke to us. He spoke to us by sending us some videos before some big matches to say good luck, you guys got this, and one of his mottos is, we get to. And, you know, I think it's kind of an important one, and it's a really cool statement, we get to. Because he said, and I've heard him say this a few times, you know, we all wake up in the morning and we all say to ourselves, oh, I have to go to work. I would love to go to work. Or, I have to go to a board meeting tonight. and he said when he got his terrible news, you know, he was guilty of that as well. He would wake up and he'd say, I have to go to work today, I just want to go home tonight. And then he got this terrible news, and it's no longer that I get to, or that I have to, it's that I get to wake up tomorrow. And our volleyball team really took that to heart this year. Whether it was we were having a bad day and we got to practice and we huddled up and we said, today guys, we have to find positive, we get to practice. And we leaned on that all season long, and I think the girls would agree that that was really a big part of our success this season, because if you watched us play, the girls had we get to written on their legs, on their arms. We had Mr. and Mrs. Roth had beautiful shirts made up that said hashtag we get to, which was Desi's motto. We sent it to him. He sent us back a video. In our huddle after we would win a game, we'd huddle up and we'd say, we get to go fight for a county championship. We get to on 3. and then we win that game, we say, we get to go fight for a Long Island championship. We get to go fight for a state championship. And finally, to end our season, we said, we get to be New York State champions. So I'm so proud of them. Thank you for having us. I really do appreciate it. And for those of you that have not seen the news today, we had a really nice award that was given to Julia Patzel. She was selected by News. Scholar athlete. I tutor Julia all the time. Come on up, Jules. Also, obviously, there are so many people that have helped us out, and people that are outside of our coaching staff in the community that have run youth programs for us. But we had two pretty outstanding assistant coaches this year, Karen Edwards and Kayla Morgan, so come on up. I know they are probably ready to kill me many times during the season, so thank you. All right, girls, I'm going to call you up. So when I call you up, come on up, and you can stay up here for some pictures, and Mr. Sylvie's going to say a few words, yeah? Okay. They all will, okay. Julia Patsos. Laurel Edwards. Holly Shack. Lauren Conzin. Katie Hickey. Emma Cochran. Ryan Grable. Stephanie Pay. Diana Migliozzi. Carly Coletti. Kiara Roth. Gabriela Carrera. Nicole Saravillo. Kylie Wixton. We have two players that were not able to be here tonight, Grace Wichellens and Catherine Kuzma.
Perhaps before we take the photograph, we'll say a few words. Does that make sense? Okay. So ladies, we're all here because this is really a special occasion. You have two county legislators, a representative from Senator Monica Martinez's office, and you have Senator Phil Boyle here. You don't get that for an everyday kind of accomplishment, and you all have been so successful. This team has been so successful over the years that you really risk sort of falling into this pattern of, yeah, we're expected to be there. It's, you know, it's just another year. But the fact is that it's not. To stay at the level that you're at year after year after year, whether that means the county championships or the Long Island championships or the New York State championships, is an amazing accomplishment. And I'm sure, you know, all my colleagues here in government will probably mimic what I'm saying, but I want to thank the administration from the school, certainly the athletic director, Superintendent Adams, the entire school board, and really all the parents for the support that you give to these girls, because I know that what they do is a commitment not only on their part, but on all of your part as well. So, ladies, I think this is the third time that I've been able to be here too for your New York State Championships, and I look forward to at least another one or two over the next couple of years. But for now, savor this victory, savor this accomplishment. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and to the coaches. Keep up all the great work. I mean, not only are you building champions on the court, but you're building really great people, and that's what really matters in the So, thank you to the coaches.
I'll try not to be redundant with Legislator Sony, but as a dad of a student athlete at the high school, my daughter plays softball for Connecticut on the varsity, and I know as a former student athlete myself, all through college, I know how many sacrifices you go through, how many events you miss, how many parties you can't go to because you're practicing, you're away games, and it's a whole different student life experience than what maybe some of the other kids have that don't play sports. So I appreciate all the sacrifices that you made, the camaraderie and the teammates that you have. You'll have them throughout your whole life. 20 years from now, you may see each other after not seeing each other for years and say, remember that state championship you won? And you'll always have that bond that will forever keep us together. So congratulations. This is an amazing accomplishment. And to the coaches, congratulations. It's also an amazing accomplishment for you. All those games that you won in the state championship that you won, that started with your practices in August and September. It doesn't just happen by itself. You guys put in so much time and so much effort and so much work. And that mimics what you need to do in life. So I hope you continue on with your athletic career. If you don't, I hope you can continue on with that commitment in whatever you choose to do, and I'm sure you'll be successful. Congratulations.
So Bill and I have a proclamation to present to Jason and the coaching staff on one. Did I say wrong?
Justin.
Justin, I'm sorry.
First letters.
Justin, on a job well done. God bless. Congratulations.
On behalf of Senator Monica Martinez, she does apologize for not being here this evening. She was in Albany today, but I have to tell you, she did follow you guys the whole time. We were posting on Facebook, you know, all of your wins. I think our hashtag was Girl Power the whole time, so she was very excited. And being a Connecticut resident, my daughter going to school here, you know, we are very proud as well. So we do have a proclamation for you.
I'm Senator Boyle, I have the honor of representing Connecticut School District with Senator Martinez. I just want to congratulate everyone involved, the coaching staff, the administration, the teachers, the parents. It's a family effort. I know you got to give kids to practice and things like that, and of course going upstate for a championship. And as Legislator Cindy said, this is kind of a legacy you're creating, a dynasty, if you will. And I just want to personally thank you because I am a Mets, Jets, Rangers, and Knicks fan. So you are the only team I support that actually win a championship.
Let's take a picture.
We can do a photo.
Come on up, Mike. Come on up.
I'll take a picture.
We'll say, maybe if you take the elected officials, the coaches, put them in the middle, have the girls come around them, that would probably be the best way to do it.
They have their tips down there. They've got their championship. The girls in the middle of the...
Maybe on the sides?
Yeah,
that's too. We're gonna put you guys on the sides.
Sides?
You guys gonna come down a little bit?
Yeah, just a cute little, yeah, sorry. Alright, ready? I'm going to take a few, some with flash, some without, so just don't move. See everybody? Yeah, hold everything up. Alright, perfect.
on me in 3 and 2. Thanks, everybody. I'm not. I have a community meeting in my own neighborhood. I'm not going to be there.
All right.
I'll see you. I know, I'm sorry. I found out when I got here.
If you have them.
I'll see you at the meeting on Monday. All right, so see you.
Okay. So I'm going to call up the birthday girl. Tommy didn't even realize I knew that it was her birthday.
You should have had a cake. See, Linda? Special night with a cake next time.
All right. So I'm going to let Coach Underweiser talk to us about the regional competition, because you guys are in competition season right now, correct? All right. So last year we were in the counties and I went, and that's why you didn't do as well. So I'm not going to go. That's not true, because you guys are fierce competitors. So I'm so excited to see you guys compete, and I'm going to let Coach Underweiser talk a little bit about the regional competition that you were champions.
Kate, do you want to come up? Our other coach, Kate McCall. Just as a teacher, as a coach, as a community member in the district, kudos to the girls volleyball program. You, the coaches, the kids, you've created a legacy. And that's exactly what I was thinking. I know one of the assemblymen said that. But you've created such a legacy. And I cannot say enough. I see these kids, you know, in the classroom. I'm at the high school, Justin, so I see them when you're not around. They are obviously phenomenal volleyball players, but fantastic students, role models, and just great people. Really, truly are. So, I mean, it's always I really am. So congratulations, because, again, you really have built some program here. Thank you so much, the Board of Ed, to Dr. Adams, for having us here tonight. This has been a different year. We just recently switched divisions a month ago, maybe. This is still the beginning of our season, and these kids have exceeded our expectations already. We went to the UCA Northeast Regional in the Poconos against 19 teams, and you just, do your best, and, that's all you can do. And, you can't be upset with that. These kids went and, again, exceeded our expectations. They got first place out of 19 teams, and we are just so unbelievably proud of you. We thank the parents. We thank you for traveling with us, for just thank you for your support in everything that we do, whether it's, we have to call last minute practice, or we need to get the kids here, or whatever it is, you're always there, you're always super supportive, and we couldn't do it without you. Again, attending all of our competitions and just being there for the kids, it really makes the world. Mr. Mallory, thank you so much for everything. Mr. Moran, our building administration, and it's only the beginning, so we'll see where this road takes us, but it's really exciting. Okay, Nicolette DeAngelis. Abby DeMarco. Juliette Dimitri. Adriana Giangrasso. Lily Jones. Olivia Jonas. Abigail Moulter. Anna Rosenberg. Diana Sherpich. Diana Sherpich. Emma Schofer could not be here with us this evening.
Oh, they got this post out. Congratulations,
I want two.
You want two or you want both?
All right, that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mike.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Tell them Big Andy I see him later.
He's there. You see him?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Bye, thank you. How are you?
I looked at him today.
Before we go to public comment, the board has not used its budget money, and there is a conference coming up in Chicago. I would definitely like to attend that. That's the national, not just the state. So how do we go about doing that?
We just need a motion to, approve the board members attending.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Mylene wants to go, can we approve her, if she wanted to go, say we all,
The only problem is you need to know how much it would cost. When is it?
April.
The money is in the budget.
No, but what I'm saying is you would need to know the cost of the flights, the whole thing, because then you would approve that as a package.
Okay, could you get that information for us? And then we can do that in the January 6th meeting and see if anybody wants to go to Chicago,
Yeah.
the national board, like the old school.
Yeah.
But it's the national one,
National School Board.
School Board Association, right?
Yeah.
It is the national, not the
So
state.
get the,
Yes, please, thank you. And now we are opening it up to public comment. Do I have to read this thing, right? Do I have to read this public comment thing? This section of the agenda gives the Board of Education an opportunity to recognize persons who wish to raise a question or to make a brief statement on any topic, because there are none. All other topics will be recognized as comment time allows. The time available will be limited to 3 minutes for one or more topics. Comments should be kept as brief as possible and relate to school matters. Anyone?
Actually, I have a question. What's the, I gotta go up over that?
Nah, you can just stand there, that's good.
Had a question regarding the turf fields and what's the status of the turf fields right now?
Do you know it?
Yes. They will probably be breaking ground for them as soon as this weather breaks. So let's hope for no snow tomorrow. But we have the contract in place, and SED approval came in about a week ago. So we are ready to break ground. They should be ready for us to have, for at least for practice in March.
Like ready by March?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Even if snow or anything, if we get snow or anything, I could probably hold that up then, I guess.
Yeah, weather would be the only thing that would hold us up at this point, but the ground is still not frozen, so they're able to do it.
So they think
still.
if they start tearing it up now, it's enough time to get it before the ground's frozen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the anticipation. Yep.
Okay, all right,
They're
thanks.
hoping to start. They were hoping to start this week, but unfortunately it's rained for 2 days, and now we have snow coming tomorrow. So.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
It's supposed to warm up again Friday, I think.
That's perfect. That's what we want to have.
It's like crazy.
Let's get rain again.
I know, all weekend, I heard, right?
They were hoping to break ground this week. So.
Did we miss audit
Yep.
committee and,
What committee?
correct? You went straight to public comment.
Because we did all the rest of it before the girls weren't here for the awards yet, so we did everything first, and then we did the awards after. We moved the girls out of the way, to the end.
Were you here for that?
Got here at 7:30. What time did you start?
7:15-ish?
It's posted for 7:30.
Right, but we got done with it. We got done with the executive session early.
No, all this stuff that's supposed to happen before the first public comment. You did all
We
that
did all that, yes.
prior to the start of the meeting.
At 7:15 when we started the meeting, after we got out of executive session. Do you have any other questions?
No?
Do you have a question about what we discussed or anything?
You don't know. We have no idea what it was.
Well, it's on the agenda.
Not in detail. Not in anything that might have been discussed.
But there wasn't really any discussion tonight.
Start time is posted for 7:30.
The start time is-
People are here for 7:30
The
to
start time
start
starts
at
right
the
after
meeting.
executive session. So we took a short break and then went right into it.
I believe the postage says 7:30.
That's it, no one else wants to speak? Do you have a motion and a second to adjourn? Second. All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.